RPG. It's one of my favorite sort of games along with space games. I've been playing them all my life. So exciting to showcase this today. We'll be locking the chat shortly. You were cutting out there actually a bit. But yeah. We're just waiting for Gus to come in. He'll be talking to us today, and we'll also be sharing the screen and playing some of the gameplay so we can talk through that as well. So it's super cool. Yeah, that sounds better. Yeah. Hi, Gus. How's it going?
Hello, guys.
Going good, yeah. Going good. Exciting to showcase the game today
Can
to
you?
the community investors.
Yeah. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Yeah. Hello.
I can hear you. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, cool.
All right. I'm just waiting for Nix. Nix is one of our team members, and he will be streaming the game. So we also have some players already there. So just bear with us like a minute or two, and so when he joins, his name is Nix NIXS0.
Okay, yeah. If you just ask him to raise his hand, and he'll come to the top of the list, and I can unmute him. Awesome.
Sure.
Can't wait to jump into the game and see it all. That's great. We had a great sort of discussion on Twitter Spaces. Unfortunately, you can't share the screen there. So we got a great introduction to the game. Yeah, on Telegram.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome. I mean, I'm 48, Gus, and I go back to Bard's Tale. You know, Baldur's Gate. They were great role-playing games. You know, showing my age.
Nice. All right.
Winter Nights. You might have heard that one.
I believe we have Nix here with us. Hi, man. Yes. So Nix, I think you should click on the screen. I think that's where you share the screen.
Yeah, on the left top, it will say share screen.
Come through. Yes, I think you can see it right now.
See that? Yeah. Anyone can't see, by the way, you can just leave the VC and come back in, and it should come up. But yeah, I've got that. That's great. Okay, so if you're, I can start the recording, introduce you. We can go into the KRYXIVIA game and talk about tokens and everything else while we're playing some game. It'd be cool.
All right, so here let's just talk a little bit about the game. What we're seeing here. All right. Okay, so this is the game. This is the city. Next, you can just start playing, man. I mean, do your thing. Show us the talent. I think maybe there is some delay with the.
It can be quite buggy, Telegram, so there might be a delay, which you wouldn't see if you were playing it on your PC. By the way, everyone.
All right. I hope this works.
Well, just let me say welcome to the WorldCoin Talk community. I'm Glenn, your host, and today we have KRYXIVIA joining us, and we're going to be playing some gameplay while we talk about the game and the project as a whole around the two tokens as well. So maybe you can just give us an introduction for anyone who wasn't on the Twitter Spaces with your background and experience, Gus.
All right. So in the meantime, while Nix tries to bring back the streaming, KRYXIVIA. What is KRYXIVIA? KRYXIVIA is a multiplayer 3D MMORPG game built on the Ethereum chain. So when we started talking, Glenn, we were on the Binance Smart Chain, and we were talking about migrating to Ethereum. And this happened on Monday, early Monday. We did it around midnight Monday that day. We surprised the community, and Yeah, we're right now trading on Ethereum. The game is built on Unity. We're a team of 21 people, actually 22, including myself. So I always don't count myself in. And we basically focusing on creating what we want to see, like a real gameplay in the Web3 space. And we are going to be the one of the very first games to introduce a fully functional beta version. The development will be done on the week of December 15th till the 20th, and we will be very soon announcing the official launch date. So stay tuned with us regarding our official launch date. Right now, I can see, like you can see here in the game, there is a little, it's a little bit buggy. But if you want, right now, while you're listening to this AMA, you can just go to our website, KRYXIVIA.io, and enter the game and play with the guys. It's that simple. You can just go there and start playing. This is the alpha version. This is version 0.7. The beta will have so many different features in the beta that a lot of our even current community who's playing don't know that. So I don't know what's coming. There are a lot of features. Once we say like we're introducing the crafting system, once we say we're introducing the quests, we're enhancing the player versus player, because we are focusing, these features have been built based on major partnerships that will be announced later on during the month of December and before the launch, that are esports deal, for example, and I can talk about this. It's an esports deal in India with IndieGG, which is the Yield Guild Games arm in India. Uh, we will focus a lot on our player versus player. Right now, what you have seen in the game is the guys fighting the monsters. So the idea of the game is, once you enter the city of KRYXIVIA. What is KRYXIVIA? Why it's called KRYXIVIA? It's because this city is in the mountains. In those mountains, there is a gem that is called KRYXID, where mercenaries, traders, and looters have entered the city and built this city in order to enter the dungeons and loot KRYXIDs. However, once they started to dig those mines, they have awakened the monster that is protecting this very valuable gem that is KRYXID. So in order to loot those KRYXIDs, you have to fight the monsters. Uh, right now, the guys will enter a player versus player arena. This is where you can see what we're talking about in terms of esports. We have as well. We are in talks with multiple teams in India that they are esports players, gamers, in order to start as well testing the game. So we're in the phase where we're bringing a lot of testers. We're focusing so much on the development, and this is in terms of the game, and we're focusing a lot on the launch that we're doing. So right now in December, we're preparing everything needed in terms of the right chain for the game, the right layer 2 project, which is Polygon. So yes, we are Polygon Studios partner, and we are in discussions, and we actually get help directly by the team from Polygon in order to work with them on our NFTs. So we will be listing on OpenSea once the time is right for the game, because the NFTs will be used in game. We will be launching the game on Ethereum chain, but our NFT trading, most probably it will be done on Polygon chain through OpenSea. This is as the first step. In terms of the tokens, we have two type of tokens. All right. So first token is KXA. KXA has launched in November 2021, during which that token has a certain utility, which is it's a governance token. So right now, the guys just entered the player versus player. This is the arena. Think of what you used to play. So I'm cutting off this idea of the tokens. We'll come back to it later. But in the player versus player arena, very sorry guys for that lag. It's from Telegram. Definitely the game is very smooth. So let's see who will win, if it's Nix or I think he's playing against, yeah, Machilisis. Uh, so think of what you do in Counter-Strike, what you used to do in Half-Life, what you used to do in many games, even World of Warcraft, anything that you've played. This is our first arena, and we will be introducing more and more arenas, different maps. So you will be able to go into the game, enjoy playing with your friends. You will. So how do you upgrade in the game? So this is let me focus a little bit more on the game, and then we jump to the tokenomics. How do you upgrade in the game? There's no levels in the game, so you don't upgrade in levels. You upgrade in terms of collecting and looting, and upgrading your avatar by NFTs. So I see here like Knicks have won. Man, Knicks, give the guys a chance. You upgrade your basically your avatar. There are a lot of non-playing characters in game where you can craft your weapons, your armors, your spells, the spells that are being used. So down in the actual bar, you can see where Nix has added his spells, where he can use them. Right now, this is the bank. So as well in the city, there is a bank where you add your stuff, you store them in the inventory, and in the future, this is where we will launch our staking programs. So the bank will be actually like the bank, the central bank of the city. You can see here how you change from your storage to the inventory, because you can't hold everything in your inventory. So you will keep it in the bank. The bank is secure. It's backed by the treasury of the city. So here you can find everything you want in terms of where you can store your tokens. You can see in the bottom where there's KXS and KXA in the toolbar, where this is how much KXS has been looted. And if you have KXA in your wallet as well, because you connected your wallet, the KXA will appear in game. Basically, KXS is the in-game token, which is the utility token for the game, which is used for NFT purchases, which is used for crafting weapons, for multiple utilities in game. And as well KXA. KXA, it has multiple utilities. First, it's a governance token. Almost by next year, we will be launching our DAO. DAO, which means you as an investor in KXA, you will have a vote in the major decisions that will be taken in the game. So we want to offer sense of ownership for the players. Like if you play any game today, even a little bit of the games on the Web3, nobody is doing the DAO and focusing on it, because the main part of why you want to have the play to earn, the play and earn the GameFi space, is to give ownership for the users and for the players. So as more KXA tokens you hold, you have voting. KXA itself, it will be as well used for limited sales NFT. So there will be special collections dropped and that have a certain rarity that you will be able to buy with KXA. The proceeds from those sales, so you can see here right now, Nix is crafting new equipment for himself. So you can see here what he is using in order to build it, to create it, which is now you can see we have multiple NFTs. So the common NFTs will be traded with KXS. The rare NFTs, those are the ones that will be traded with KXA. And the proceeds will be used to buy and burn. So KXA is governance token, has utility in game, and that is deflationary as a currency. KXS, on the other hand, it's inflationary and deflationary at the same time, because as well, a lot of the proceeds that we are getting from the NFT sales will be burned. And so you can see here as well in the game, there is a chat where you can talk with everyone around you, team up with them, and just go and enter and do your own fights. So KXS, it's an inflationary token, it's mintable. That's normal. That's why we're following the dual token model. KXA, definitely, it's a limited supply. You can check the contract. Everything is done, audited by Solidity Finance, Solid Proof, and everything is on GitHub. in regards for the game. Even we have Trello for our developers that is public, where you can follow if you're good in software, you would be able to follow what the upgrades and the progress that is being done by our team. We focus a lot on the transparency in that matter. Yeah, that's basically the general overview. Right now, you can see the guys here are having fun playing the game. Anybody, you can just go to the city and you will be able to see them and play with them. So just feel free to do it. I mean, it's very easy. It's free to play. You don't need to do anything but except just connect your wallet and enter to the city right now.
Awesome, Gus. And which wallets can you connect? I saw MetaMask. If you have a Trust wallet, will you be able to connect, or is
Yes.
that coming?
Yes, you can connect Trust Wallet. You can connect your MetaMask. It depends on which one do you use. Right now, even Trust Wallet had launched their Google Chrome add-on. So you can, if you have Google Chrome, it's easy to use both right now in terms of user experience as MetaMask and Trust Wallet, and you can just start playing the game. We will be adding more and more wallets definitely down the road, but it's the most popular ones on PC at least is MetaMask and Trust Wallet.
Awesome. So when I first start the game, is there a different types of characters I can pick, different factions to join? How does it work when I first start?
All right. So right now we've built our own avatar characters. So once you enter the game, you will be able to customize it. You can change the color, the hair, the choose between male and female, and those basic stuff. We have multiple deals with NFT projects. So we have one deal that will go into effect. The whole character side will be changed in Q2 and Q3 of next year. All the characters we will be doing a lot of partner. We have already established partnerships with uh, Monkey Monsters. That's going into effect by then, and we have aligned multiple other partnerships with NFT projects in order to add their characters in our game. So we will KRYXIVIA, as we move forward, it will evolve. It will evolve not just like, yes, we started the city as a team of developers and we're building the city, but as we move forward, we will be opening it up for the creator economy and allowing, for example, purchases of the houses you can see in the city right now. You can purchase a house, decorate it, use it for whatever you want. We will be partnering with brands, and that is all going to get elevated after the beta. So we're going through phases right now because we've noticed there are a lot of metaverses that don't have utility in some sort, and it's becoming just a marketing play, and you just go in there and you don't do anything. In KRYXIVIA, it's a game. It's the World of Warcraft for Web3. Think of it like that. And what about if we connect this World of Warcraft to the real world in the metaverse somehow by bringing in the brands that matter for our players? Not just bringing in any brand, not just putting in anything. Creating this metaverse will be curated in a manner that it's focused on the lore and focused on the idea of the game without messing up anything that you see around in terms of the characters you're using, what you're doing in game, adding more spells, adding more features, adding more cities, expanding the city, expanding the monsters. So it has been an ongoing development cycle for us. We're very, very excited to launch our game. I mean, uh, very soon. I will not give the date today. Maybe in future AMA, we will be setting up a specific AMA just to announce the details of the launch. And it will happen over the next 2 weeks, where we will be specifically laying out the plan for our launch.
Awesome, Gus. And let's go into the NFTs. So you can earn valuable and exclusive NFTs by fighting the most powerful bosses in the KRYXIVIA mine. So how does that work as a player? If when you first defeat the boss, would everyone get a chance to get an NFT? Is there a limited amount of NFTs, or is it unlimited?
So, so because it's the type of the game, everything is in the game is NFT based. So everything you have right now, any player, once you enter and you connect your MetaMask, for example, you will see right away that your character became your NFT. Uh, the equipment on your character, you can find it in your wallet as NFTs. And then after you enter into the game, there is unlimited NFTs. There is like, think of any game where you can find the common NFTs, rare or epic. So any type of characters you can find, any type of weapon, there are as well criteria for those weapons. There is the like the common, the rare, and the epic. It takes a lot to craft the epic, for example. So you can, if you are a player and you want to even earn, and the likability of the game is happening, you can list that epic weapon on the marketplace for KXS, for example, or KXA even. You don't know if, as the game is entering, and how the demand supply will be evolving with the game, because it's something, it's out of our control. This is the beauty of this game, where once we launch it, it's all about the gamers and the users, and this is our focus. Our main focus is how to get as much as players to this game, and how to make it as enjoyable and entertaining as possible. Now, right now, the guys are entering to fight another monster, which is Atis Goal. Atis Goal is one of the tough monsters. Let's see if the guys will be actually be able to beat them. But in the meantime, if you have any question, let me know. So this is all our characters. Just to mention is all of them are designed by Enhanced Studio, which designs characters for Rockstar Games. If you don't know Rockstar Games, Google it. Yeah.
So you won't be able to sell your avatar in the future, but everything around it, NFTs and armor and everything, will be able to be sold on the NFT marketplace. So you're building up a value as well as playing the game and enjoying the game. You're building up a valuable character with great armor, weapons, and land sales. I imagine in the future you'd be able to trade up, or if you had been playing for a few years and wanted to leave the game, you can have a lot of value. You can have a very real world money value to the characters' armors and things.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see, the guys are winning. Do you think the guys will win, man, or not, from what it looks?
Not sure, but once you die, when you go back in, as the boss monster back to full health, or how does it work?
So once you die, you get back in the city. You get revived in the city, outside the mine, definitely.
When you go back in the mine, you'd be fighting it from 100% again, the boss. And do you
Yes.
recharge your energy back in the city, or how does it work?
No, so you die, you will be reborn in the city, full health, and you can just start playing again.
And then
So
we see the we see
no,
the
please.
consumables down there at the bottom. So, and that's going to have a deflationary effect because they're consumed, and that ties in with the tokens as well.
Yes, so as you consume the NFTs, the NFTs are consumables. So you will need to craft them again. You will need to craft more spells, and all of that will maintain the economy of the game. 100% true.
So, does it degrade the armors and the weapons where you'd have to repair them and things like that?
What? Sorry, the weapons.
Does it degrade
Yeah,
the
you
armor?
can see here where you confirm sending. So what Nix did is like show us how he used KXS in order to craft the weapon. Can you do it again, Nix? Yeah. So okay, so he's sending. So now you can send. So Nix is sending to his friends. So right now Nix teamed with CryptoKitty, and he's sending him a gem of rain, and he will be charged 4 KXS for this transaction. So he's doing it, and he's sending him this weapon so his teammate can use it. So this is even something, a new feature that has been added in the game, and it will enrich the multiplayer activity within the KRYXIVIA city, because we don't want you to come into the game just to play by yourself, because how boring it is to play a game by yourself. It is much more fun to play with friends, even making friends in the city, meeting people, playing together, and having fun. Basically, this is the merchant in the city. We will have as well in the upcoming version. You will be able to choose a profession. So we have multiple professions. Those are found on our website. That you will be able to choose one of them, and like choose what you want to be in the city.
I see, Gus. And no, I was meaning like do the weapons and armor break, and then you have to recraft again after losing in fights and things.
Yes.
And when you're playing, say, with 5 people in the dungeon mine, should I say, the KRYXIVIA mine, is it a random drop? So if the 5 of you kill that boss, does one of the players get the NFT, or is it split? How does it work?
Sorry, can you repeat? It was breaking. Sorry, man.
Yeah. You know, when you beat a boss, you get an NFT drop. So I'm wondering if there's 5 of you with your friends, is it randomly dropped to one of the players, or is it?
No,
Is it
it's
shared
all the
across the group?
players. Yeah, all the players will get NFTs. It has to be fair, right? I mean, we have to make it fair. All the players will get. It will be divided on all players.
And so how many sort of bosses are in the game inside the mine, KRYXIVIA mine?
We
For
have
players to against?
five bosses. I think if I miscounted the tutorial guy, so we have Aldi Astigol, Valtrena, Keurig, and Molisiana. We have 5, and there is one for tutorial, so training. So exactly. So we have one for training. It's just for you to play with, train yourself, and those are the 5. Exactly.
Awesome. And then as we go along, I think you're going to be adding seasons. You're going to add to the mine as well, and the city is going to just be a continuous growth as we go along.
Exactly. And right now we're hopefully by next week we will be streaming on Twitch. Because we have identified our target markets that we want to launch, and we will be having our first phase a lot of focus in Southeast Asia because of the big partnerships that we have established and we are going to establish, as well in Eastern Europe. So this is a very fresh thing that is happening. We may be partnering with one of the biggest projects in Eastern Europe as L1 for gaming. But they have players all around the world. We will be focusing on those markets. We will be streaming in different languages. We will have streamer from Philippines. We will have streamer from India. We'll have streamer from multiple countries playing on a weekly basis on Twitch. We're exploring as well streaming on Binance Live. We have been streamed on Huibi. It wasn't we didn't even ask for it. It was one of the streamers on Huibi who even found our project, and he apparently he's been streaming the game every week. Yeah, I mean that we're very humbled by the attention that we're getting, Glenn. We feel happy because as a team we've been working hard on the game since January 2021. So the whole project started in January 2021. The token launched in November, and finally we're approaching our final product, our MVP to this market. We feel really good because the hard work that is being done once we hear and start getting feedback. Yeah.
It's awesome. And how does it work with factions? So if you join a certain faction, can you come up against the other factions? There is going to be a PvP mode, and that's great. You're going to be over on Twitch, maybe doing leaderboards, tournaments, things like that in the future.
Yes, exactly. So that's where esports kick in. So we will be holding tournaments in game. So we'll be creating more tournaments like $100 tournament, $200. So this is that training monster that you can fight to start uh, training your avatar and getting more familiar with the game. Player versus player, there will be a lot of tournaments. In terms of factions, it's going to be introduced in the beta, it's being under development right now, and yes, you will be able to play against other factions. You will be able to play in the same faction against each other, but it's more or less certain capabilities that you will be able to do other than the others. So you will have additional capabilities, and teaming up between different factions will help as well. So you choose what you want to be, and based on what you choose, you will be having different earnings, different features, because there will be as well farming in the game. We're confident that farming will be in beta, but for us it doesn't matter if farming was in beta or not, because the play to earn features with the majority of the crafting, mining, and the factions will be in beta. And after that, it's not doesn't mean once we launch the beta that it's done. That's our final product. No, what we call the beta actually is our first final product, and every month we will be introducing a new version. This is the whole idea. So for example, right now we're at alpha v 0.7. If you ask me when did we launch alpha v 0.1, it was in August. So between August and December we have launched 7 versions of the game. So just to give you an idea that this is a continuous working process for the team, and we're here for a very, very long term. We're already here. We don't want to prove that we're here for the long term, because we're here since January 2021, and we're still here and we're building. We always believe bear markets are for building, bull markets are for solving problems. So right now we're in a bear market, we're building, we're focusing on that, and in the bull market we will be solving the problems if there's any problem to be solved. But yeah.
Great, Gus. And how does it work with energy and mana for your spells? Can you increase the maximum amount as you gain skills in the game?
Yes, you can increase your maximum amount of energy by adding different equipment. And even the spells, you will be able to upgrade the spells uh, in the game as well. So the spells will help you to fight. So you just don't use the weapon in order to fight the bosses, in order to bring it to spice up the game, because it's more like we're in the medieval era where magic and spells and everything was this is what we used to hear in in our history. And you can see here this special weapon that Nyx has. There are a lot of things that will be introduced, and there is a huge room as well for us after we introduce the like after we finish this huge milestone of the beta, in order to start dwelling into the fine tuning the details, adding more weapons, changing the characters, redesigning a new city and opening up this city, like expanding the city of KRYXIVIA, which will happen in Q2 or Q3, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, this is just the start, guys. We're here for a very, very long term. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome, Gus. And how will it work with the going back to the leaderboards and the tournaments? Will there be like prizes of the token, maybe rare NFTs, that type of thing? If you're on the leaderboard, is it like a weekly whoever finishes at the top, a monthly sort of competition?
Sorry, can you repeat? Sorry.
Yeah, I was wondering with the leaderboards and the tournaments, will there be prizes given out to the players, maybe in rare NFTs and tokens, things like that?
Yes, there will be tokens, there will be tournaments with even stable coins, and there will be tournaments with NFTs. So we will be doing all of that. Here you can see the ranks and the scores in terms of the leaderboard. So thanks, Next, for showing us.
Cool. And so, yeah, you're looking to go to Binance as well. You can actually stream live. Is that a bit like Twitch? How does it work over on Binance to do some tournaments?
So we have one of our possible partnerships who is a Binance partner influencer that we maybe start to stream if we find the audience. If we find that there's a very good audience on Binance, we will be streaming there. We will be holding an AMA soon there as well. maybe over the next 2 weeks. And but mainly our major focus, Twitch is our place to go. Binance, if we want to attract more of the crypto gamers, but Twitch is our way to go. We have been already streamed by two people on Twitch, which loved our games as well. Our game, one of them works with David Gockstein, and she really likes our game. So yeah, I mean, we haven't even tapped into the potential of the marketing activities that we can do, because like tapping into that side with the full version in hand will have much different effect. But that doesn't mean that you will not hear a huge announcement in the coming 2 days. We will be announcing a very, I will drop the news right now. I will just say that keep your eyes on our announcement channel. We will be announcing a really good deal for the company. So not in terms of deal for the company, more or less like something that will give us the exposure that we want to.
Definitely, Gus. You want to promote the game, and unfortunately, I know Steam doesn't accept games with NFTs, which is very sad.
Yes.
So we can't go down that avenue. But yeah, using Twitch and other marketing plans you've got to promote the game, as there are other platforms, a bit like Stream, that do accept gaming and NFTs. I'm not sure.
Uh, I mean, there is Epic Store right now that could accept games with NFTs. But right now, I mean, we have our own game launcher. You can play this game on any browser. In the future, after we go through the next roadmap, this roadmap, and start delivering on all the points, and we finalize our investment raise and launch KXS, we will be launching the new roadmap of the next year. And like our focus will be, after perfecting the PC version, is the mobile version that everybody is asking us, like, when the mobile version. We're not going after the mobile version at first, because if you want to focus on gameplay, it's the PC where you start first. After the PC is perfect and doing really well, we may consider either consoles, because of the complexity of the game, to keep it entertaining and adding more and more complex features in it, before even going to mobile. So there's a very high possibility we could do that. It depends. Right now, we see that the more and more adoption is coming in terms of NFT gaming. I believe Steam by next year or the year after will be forced to add NFT games, because most of the games right now that will come out will have NFTs in them. They want to offer ownership for their players, and it's a way even to monetize. Even if there's no token, for example, being earned, NFTs by itself is a way to monetize if the owners of the game, the studio, brings on limited collections, or like we're doing, for example, in terms of crafting. If you need to craft this NFT or this weapon or this helmet or whatever it is, and the new player wants to come in and just speed up their progress, that's the part. Like, it's today we call it in-app purchases or in-game purchases. Basically, it's just changing of the name and implementing it with the technology. So this is how we look at it. Like, in-app purchases for characters, that's buying an NFT. Apple is already implementing that. There is right now some disputes on the share they want to take from the fees, because it's absurd. But and it would like, the whole idea on Apple is like, this would drain the treasury of all game owners, because this is how they rely. If they give them more money, they will develop the game more, and they will be able to bring on more players and get more high quality. So yeah, basically, yes.
Gus, and how does it work with the token? As the value goes up in the token, would the prices be reduced in the game? How do you work the economics out around the game
Yes.
so it's fair for everyone?
Thanks. That's a great question. So yes, as things move in any direction, the system, the NFT marketplace in game will be adjusting accordingly, or and and with only very with rare cases, if that's in terms if we are selling the NFTs as a team, but if the players are selling, this is where supply and demand come in. Where, if, for example, if the price of the token of KXA, once we reach $1, for example, and somebody had an NFT for 10,000 KXA before, it would not, he will reduce the price into a very reasonable that the value of it to the player, so because it's even decentralized, it's open for people to list their NFTs, so this as well will adjust by itself as the owners of the NFTs will adjust the prices, and the whole the market will be able to adjust if you are buying directly from the treasury, like the most common NFTs and stuff like that.
See, Gus, and with the seasons coming out, they're going to be launching next year. Will you have to use so many of the tokens to buy the expansions as they go forward? So there could be price increases when seasons are launched.
Yes, so there will be even more revenue streams coming to the game by next year. Once we have the beta out there, we will be able to do some more marketing deals. We will be able to start selling the lands in the game. So there are very very like we're very excited. Well, we can say at least that we're turning from a non-revenue generating company to a revenue generating company in 2023, and hopefully into a profitable one as well.
Okay, great, Gus. And how will the land sales work? Will it be fair for the community, or can anyone buy land, or is there a white list going to be set up for that?
Yeah, as we get closer to that, we will be announcing the details. It depends on the sizes of the lands, and if we're going to add one more city before doing the land sale. So this is something which in terms of development, which will come first. So we always I avoid giving the straightforward answer right now because it depends a lot on the development, which will come first and which is better for the company as we get closer to that. But for example, right now we will be announcing as well a staking program. This staking program, you will be able to stake KXA for a specific period of time. It will not be long in order to get whitelist positions for the KXS public launch. So since KXA is launched, KXS is not. We want to offer our community part of it and not just give it all to VCs. So we're allowing them to stake their KXA and get that whitelist position and buy their allocation at the public sale price. So
He goes,
as we get closer to the houses, to the land sales, we may do some direct partnerships because we have some partners in mind that we want to see their brands in our city, and then we can open it up for the public. But because we need to reserve some lands in order to bring those partnerships and make the game more and more beautiful.
awesome, Gus. And how will it work with the AXS token there? Is that going to be launched in the next 2 or 3 months? What's the sort of timeline for the second token launch?
Token launch, you should expect it in Q1 2023. So between now and then, it will be launched.
Awesome. And then if the community is going to get a chance to join that whitelist spot. So if people can get involved with the game and yeah, are involved, then next year they could get involved with the second token. That's great.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, community for us is everything. We just want to keep focusing on them because in the end, the community will be the player, and the players are the main value for us. And that's why we want to keep them and give them as much as we can.
Well, let's open it up to the rest of the team if anyone's got a question for Gus here at KRYXIVIA. No, or we could move to community questions. Let's see. Sayad, you had a question for Gus at KRYXIVIA. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Okay, so I was wondering if a player dies in the game, dies during the fight, will they be going to be losing all the loot, or they will, or when they die, I mean, will they going to be losing all their loot, or they be collecting the loot when they are spawned back to the city?
So if you fought and you didn't win, you will not get the loot, and there will be some items that you have consumed. So it depends on how much you consumed in the fight. Uh, but that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so on your roadmap, it's mentioned that in quarter two 2022, you will start to develop the raid system where more than 20 players can fight together in a raid fight. So I was wondering, are the raid fights PvP battles or they are PvE battles?
There will be both. There will be PVE and PvP.
Okay, got it. I was also thinking that will you also be adding special events in the game city, especially related to Christmas or other events?
So right now, because we're not launching in Christmas, we will not do anything. But next year we will have more events in game. And starting next year, once we implement the voice system into the game, we will start holding all our AMAs and community AMAs in the town hall in KRYXIVIA city. So we will be having more and more engagement with our community. Our moderators will be players in the game, going around, helping everyone, asking questions, helping them. So all of that is already planned for next year.
Understood. I can also see on your roadmap that you will be developing your own blockchain based on the proof of stake consensus. So I was wondering, will it be a layer 2 blockchain on Ethereum or layer 1 blockchain?
It will be layer two blockchain, a proof of stake. It's like a side chain. Are you familiar with the side chain concept?
Yes, same with the X Infinity.
Yes, so side exactly. We will have our side chain, and we that is part of where KXA holders, the DAO will be offering as well additional revenue in for people who would stake their tokens in order to get validator positions. So for the game, so we're always giving revenue share back to the community.
Okay, final question. And I was thinking, will there be any limit on number of battle or fights a player can participate in, let's say, 24 hours?
You can play as much as you want, my mate. So yes, you can play as much as you want.
Okay, thank you so much for the explanation. Over to you, Clan.
Thank you, sir.
Question, Sayed. Let's move to Aisha. You had a question for Gus Xavier. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. I can see on your website that there are three factions in the game: adventurer, nomads, and merchants. I was wondering, do players have to select one faction when starting the game, or they can select multiple factions? And can players change their faction once selected?
Yes, you can change your faction, but you will need to choose one. So, and all of that will be introduced in a way or another as you enter the game. Uh, you will be able to see the benefits of each one and play with it and just change. Yes, you can change. You can enter a new faction.
Understood. And what maximum number of players can join simultaneously? And do you have your servers in different regions as well?
So right now, our servers are focused on one region, and we can accommodate 1,000 players at the same time. And to accommodate more, it's just basically adding more servers. And we have already the game server provider that we have in one place. We can spread it accordingly to other geographies in order to have better latency for the users. And that's basically where the sidechain would kick in, and the node runners and everything related to that will help as well in improving the quality of the game for other players in terms of connection.
Got it. And you mentioned one can buy a house in the game. I was wondering, will players be able to build their own house as well? So players can design their own house.
So the houses will be built. We want to maintain the lore and like the design of the city to have it in this ancient time right now. And you will be able to buy this house already designed and designing it, like furnishing it from the inside, decorating it from the inside. That's will happen next year. But all the possibilities, the whole idea of how we're building KRYXIVIA as a game is you will be able to build your own house in the future. That's when we start opening it for the creator economy, where you as a creator, you can go into the city, design a house, and maybe offer it in the market to be sold by purchasing a land. So yeah.
Got it. And I was wondering, will you also be integrating VR so players can play the game using VR headsets?
No, no, actually not. We're focusing on the PC and playing consoles and in the future as well, mobile app, but not in the near future, in the long term future, in a year or so.
Okay, last thing from my side. I want to understand how many spells can player embed in their character's armor and weapons, and are players able to change their weapons during the battle?
So no, during the battle, you can't change your weapon. You have to set what you're trying to play with before entering the mine. So you just try to set it before, and inside you'll use the spells and the weapon of choice that you have already chosen before.
Okay, understood. And it makes me clear now. Thank you so much for answering all my questions.
Thank you, Aisha.
The questions, Asia. And also, I think we discussed in the Twitter space as well, Gus, you're planning to have a quest system as well in the future for the game.
Yeah, sorry, that was a question or I didn't.
Yeah, I think we discussed in the Twitter spaces you were planning to have a quest system as well in the future in the game.
Yes, this will come with beta. This will come in the very first new version. There will be quests, crafting systems, enhanced crafting systems, and mining and farming.
Awesome. Let's move to Western Beast. You had a question for Gus at KRYXIVIA. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, it's an amazing presentation you've gotten. I just want to drop a few more questions. So,
Sure.
my first question is the fact that I wanted asking. I saw on your white paper that the API makes a gateway link between your wallet and the server. All of your character spells, items, Kicksit are represented in both NFTs and on your centralized asset database so that you can use them in game and improve and modify them. My question here now is that why is there a need for a centralized server that uses a distributed data management system? Can the transaction details be stored in a decentralized database as this will be more advantageous in the long run?
All right, so there are two sides here. Once we're still building the game, we need to have the central, because if we want to introduce a new feature, a new stuff, so instead of, it will be tougher to build it on the blockchain rather than building it on the game. And in case you upgraded your NFT, in order for you as a player not to pay fees, think of it like SEX and the DEX. So when you're on a centralized exchange, your tokens are there, your NFTs are there. Once you want to withdraw them, you will be paying fees, basically. So that is as well to minimize the amount of fees that players are paying. And whenever you want to withdraw that NFT from in-game, you will be able to withdraw it. But how the game is built, it's not like we have a lot of control over what you have. It's like it's on the on-chain. It will be on-chain as well.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, so my next question here is that I still saw in your white paper earlier when you talked about the KSA token. I saw it can be used for a lot of activities, and it also has a role to play in governance. Can you tell us exactly how does it aid the governance? And are those who can speak concerning matters relating to governance only the whales that hold KXA token?
So One thing is what we do is we always take community feedback. We hold votes even right now on our Telegram and make it somehow like a semi DAO, like a trial for that DAO. Basically, if it depends as well on the majority of the players. Sometimes whales, if a whale is holding and he doesn't want, I mean, he's holding for an investment, he may not participate in the vote, and that will be fine. So his vote will be excluded from the game topics. So if there is anything specifically in game to be done, I don't believe that the whales will be able to affect it in one way or another, unless if that whale is a player. So it's only fair, like the fairest way possible right now to be done is through the DAO, and the token holders will vote. And usually, basically, whales don't hold like the majority of the tokens. So even like the majority, you can see this spell. I love this spell. So the majority of the tokens are with the public, with the people. It's not like with only whales, you know.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. Here's my final question. You can win. I saw this on your white paper or on your light paper rather. That you can win KXS token in game by farming, exchanging from NPCs through some quests by dungeons and fighting rewards. Let me understand that NPCs mean that the non-playable characters. So my
Yes.
question here is that when you say exchanging from NPCs, are there specific gifts that specific NPCs can give? And is there a limit as to how these NPCs can give these exchange items?
So NPCs right now, as Nix was playing, he went, for example, to craft a weapon or an armor. That way, you're gaining additional NFT. That's how you're creating that NFT. So yeah, I mean, it depends. Each non-NPC has a different function. You have the merchant, you have the crafter, you have the introducing part of the game, you have a lot of NPCs, and yes, each one has a different function, so it differs from one to the other.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. I really appreciate the detailed answers to my questions. I really want to thank you very much for taking the time to answer my questions, Gus. I'm wishing the KRYXIVIA token the best, and I hope you guys stay bullish onward. Over to you, Glenn.
Thank you for the questions, Western Beast. I was wondering, Gus, if your wallet was hacked, is there a backup? Can you use more than multiple wallets? How does it work to protect your avatar through the wallet that you sign up with? That you might want to transfer your NFTs to another wallet if it's compromised in the future.
I mean, if your decentralized wallet is hacked, I think as a user, they will have a lot of things to worry about. It's on the game. We can see what we can do. But I mean, for us as a game owner, we only see the wallet address. So we don't take any other information from the user. So we always, it's like if your decentralized wallet is hacked, it's because of a bad practice that the user did. We hope nobody falls into this, but I mean, it will be treated case by case, basically.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, if there was some sort of backup there, or where they could have a character from two wallets, maybe in the future.
Yeah.
Very valuable character and for NFTs, but yeah, that's their problem, like you say, because it's decentralized. So yeah, if someone gets into someone's wallet, then they do have to take responsibility for that. Right, we're running out of time today, but give us a roundup, Gus, of what we've been discussing for anyone that might have missed the first half of the call about the KRYXIVIA and game.
Right. I mean, I hope you guys like the game. I mean, we're very excited for the launch. Keep your eyes on our announcement channel. There is a lot of activities, as we promised in the previous AMA when we spoke on the spaces, that where activities will intensify as we move forward during December, and it will even intensify further as we approach the beta. We want to be on every single channel out there. We want to be known all across the crypto industry and the gaming industry. And that's our plan. If you ask us what's our market plan, this is our plan. We want to be known, we want to be seen, and we want to be a playable, fun Web3 game that is creating the adoption and proving that if you build the right game, you will get the players, and raising the barrier of entry for a lot of other projects that are just going to focus on earning. We will tell everybody playing and having fun is what will bring the players and what will bring the earnings. That's it. And yes, hope to see you soon again, guys. And thank you very much. And you can always jump into the game and enjoy it with Nix and CryptoKitty. And Nix, thank you very much for today. We really appreciate it. Mac and CryptoKitty, thank you very much as well for playing with Nix. And see you soon, guys.
Okay, thank you very much, Gus. It's been great speaking to you again today, and we've got an ambassadorship, so we'll be hearing more about KRYXIVIA, and as the game progresses, that's great for our community investors to be involved, and as going into next year, there's going to be some exciting things. So the game's probably one of the best in crypto that I've seen, so that's super cool. You know, they've been working on this for over 12 months, and it's finally all coming together, and yeah, so it's exciting times for the team and the community. And if you want to get involved, we've got our socials there for KRYXIVIA in the main chat. You've got lots there. You've got the website. You can check out the light paper. You know, do your research, as we say. Welcome to us for research and educational purposes. It's not financial advice, but yeah, if you like what you see, if you want to get involved, if you're an MMORPG fan, or you want to be an investor in the token and reap rewards from that when staking comes out, and not play the game, that's fine as well. Because yeah, the game is going to be supporting burns in the tokens, so you can invest whether you're a gamer or not a gamer. But yeah, if you want to get involved or try out the game, you can connect you on the website and try it out. It's been great seeing the game today. It's looking really awesome. Thank you very much for coming today, Gus.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.
I think we've got spin the wheel for 2 lucky winners if Act is there today, $50 each.
Yeah.
Can't see it now. Can't see it. Can anyone else see it? No. Someone else might have said yes. Leaving. Oh, I can see it now. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Yeah,
Thank you, man.
Take care, Gus, and we'll see you in the future. It's looking great for the KRYXIVIA team and community, and I'll finish the record and send over a copy for you to share with your community, and I'll send that into our main chat for our community investors. And like I say, if anyone's got any questions after the AMA, we've got the official socials in our main chat. Just head over there and talk to the team and community and get involved.